Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Tuplex, episode 3 of my new series. During the break, I added some mining drills for copper ore, and I got the ore fed up here to the copper mine, or to the copper smelting rather. We can see that there's not enough ore coming in to feed all the furnaces yet, but for sure we're making a lot more copper now than we were previously, so that's the important thing. I'm going to grab some more iron plate because I am consistently running out of that. I did limit these chests here on the belts, although, to be quite honest, that's not necessary. If I make thousands of belts, that's not going to hurt anything. Okay, and then I also put down some mining drills for iron, and I'm getting ready to run the iron up onto the iron bus. For the copper, I had to go around this coal patch. Now, eventually this coal patch will be mined out, and we'll be able to just run the belt straight up from the train stations that we'll eventually have down here. But for now, I'm just going around it. And I also started to research Automation 2. I also did the research, during the break, I did research on heavy armor and stone walls, just so we can get those done. Again, we don't need military for biters, but we do need military to get to the higher tech levels that we're going to have later. So for now, we're doing Automation 2 so that I can get the level 2 assemblers, because we'll need that for setting up our red and green science area, which is what I want to get to here pretty soon. Okay, so I've got mini belts. Actually, I'm going to move this. And I think I'll just come up here. Yeah, and to be honest, I don't need 2 belts of iron right now, so I'll just join those with a single splitter. And for now, we'll just run 1 belt. And I'm going to hit Shift C here, because that'll get rid of, well, not all of it, but it'll get rid of some of the iron ore that I have in my inventory. Okay. So let's get this taken up there. Probably not a good idea to go over these oil patches. We're not going to have huge quantities of oil production here, but I should still make sure that I have enough room at least to put the pump jacks there. Alright, so we'll bring the iron up here. Use my termites for those. Alright. And then those are for copper. Let's see. Copper. Okay, yeah, iron. The first belt of iron will be right there. Oh, and actually we're going to be going the other way with that. Okay. Get rid of those trees. And then I will use the construction bots to clear out that stone. There. Okay. So this belt of iron can come over this way. And then that's going to go up here. And we'll clean this up with the underground belts and everything when we need it. For now, it's okay like this. And then the coal can come over this way. We'll jump there. And this is the top of 4 belts. 3, 4. All right, so this one will have to jump there. Yeah. And just to save resources, I'll just run the coal directly there. Now eventually we'll need to use splitters since these 2 lines of coal will be feeding all of the other stuff. There we go. Just ghost that back in. Okay. And this iron line is completely built up. So really all we need now is electricity. I'm not sure how far down I want to take this part of the path. Okay, so let's run some power. Oh, I know what I'll do. Instead of doing it here, I'll run it across this way. Reason being that once I put in these other smelting lines, all the power lines are going to be connected. So I don't need to run a separate power line over there. Okay. Awesome. So let's go ahead and finish putting in this path here. At least up to there for now. And we'll do the same over here for copper. Okay, 1, 2. There we go. Okay, and I need another radar, which I think I'll put over there in between these 2 lines. Now let's see. I wish I would have left myself a couple more tiles here, so I could put another path right there. 1, 2. Let's see. What if I put it here? No. That's going to be too small. Or too big. Alright, so I'll just make... What is that, 2 by 2? Yeah. I'll make a smaller path here. 1, 2. And if I put that path there, then I have another 2 there. So that'll be good. Okay. And then in this case, I'll just put the belts like that. That way we maximize the use of the underground belts. I try to, if I have the room, I try to go to the full length on the undergrounds. That way we don't waste belts, because it takes it takes a lot of resources to make an underground belt compared to a regular belt. And then if you only use it to jump over 1 space, it's kind of a waste when you could jump over 5. Okay, so automation 2 is done. What else could we do? We can do fluid handling. Oh, that takes 100. That'll take a while. All right, let's do turrets. All right, so let's complete this path. Or at least get it over as far as the iron is. There we go. Okay. So now we've got iron and we've got copper. So we can start laying out the main bus. And I'm trying to think of where I want to do that. Oh, let's also put down that radar that I talked about. Actually, I think if I put that one there, yeah, that'll overlap a little bit. I don't want to overlap too much because then we've got more radars than we really need. Okay, and I'm using a lot of power now. Turrets are done. All right, let's do long inserters and near inserters. These are part of the adjustable inserter mod. Okay, so I think above smelting, 1, 2, we'll have another separator. And do I want to make it there? Because I think our steel... Well, maybe not. Maybe the steel line will fit in to the same amount of space. Yeah, steel will fit into the same space now since we changed the layout to have the power poles in between. So that's good. Yeah, so we can do that. Let me grab more stone brick. I don't have a whole lot. And we'll finish that up, and then we'll start to figure out where the plates are going to go. And again, we're going to have to leave a reasonable gap between the end of the smelting line and where the main bus starts, because we're going to have to make sure that we leave room for all of the... Oh, we got a lot of copper in there. That should be 2-to-1, right? Two iron to 1 copper. There we go. And then we need some iron here for circuits and nanobots. Oh, okay. I was coming down for the stone brick. I forgot to pick that up. Okay. I think I'm going to stop making furnaces, at least for the moment. I've got 400. I'm not sure exactly how many I'm going to end up with. Let's see. 50 times 8, that's what, 400, 800. Okay, yeah, I guess I can keep making those. I'll need a lot of these before we're through. Although, by the time I get to the point where I need 8 lines of each of these, I'm going to have steel furnaces anyway. So, what's the recipe for steel furnaces? Yeah, they don't take stone furnaces as an input. So, yeah, so I'll stop making stone furnaces for now. All right, so we'll have a path up here. There we go. All right. Let me make a few more undergrounds. One, two, and then... All right, so the bus could start here, let's say. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right, so let's consider this to be like the beginning of the main bus. Long inserters are done. We'll do near inserters next. That allows you to insert onto the near side of the belt instead of always having to go to the far side. Okay. So we could just consider this edge to be the beginning of the bus, of the main bus, or we can make it more towards the middle. I think towards the middle would be preferred. Okay, so we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are going to be for copper. So this one needs to come all the way up to there. And I'll just ghost out the rest of these. Well, no, I don't even need to ghost them out. I just know that this is the top belt of copper. Okay, and then this will be the main path between the main bus and my construction areas on this side. Okay, so the main bus will essentially be right here. Okay, and we can sort of mark that out. We'll just put a belt there as a symbol to state that this section here is going to be the main bus. Okay, so copper comes over here. I always leave 2 spaces so that we have room for splitters and underground. So 1, 2, and then that'll be belt number 1 of copper. And then we'll have 2, 3, 4. We'll have 2 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 spaces, and then this will be belt 1. Belt 1 of iron. Okay. We're going to have a traffic jam here. So what did I do? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's 1, 2. Let's move this up. Whoops. Let's do it like that instead. All right, so that should be going up here. Okay. Actually, let me clear these trees before I start putting down belts so I don't damage them with my termite bots. And while I'm here, I'll start crafting more termite bots. Okay. All right, so that is going to be relocated, and then I'll have to pick all of that up. I'll just pick up all the plates, and then I'll use the nanobots to clean it up. There we go. All right, so this will be, that'll be the last copper line right there. From line number 8, which will be coming up right there. All right, so let's move this over. 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay. So as long as I get all my iron routed within this area, I'll be fine. Okay, so in this case, iron will come up here. Right, and then here we're going to have 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's going to be where the first line of iron goes. And then the others will come out below it. All right, let's start doing our next research. Logistic trash slots. I really don't need right now. That's really more of, that's used for nanobots. Or no, I'm sorry, that's used for even distribution. Yeah, there's really not much useful that I can do right now. I'll just do that one because it's only 30 science packs. Okay. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, the rest of the main bus is going to be pretty big as well. I think we'll probably have like 4 belts of circuits, 4 belts of green circuits, and then probably like 2 red, 1 blue, so on and so forth. I'm not sure exactly how the rest of the bus will need to be built. I need to figure that out using a calculator or something. There is or at least there was, I haven't used it in a while since I haven't been playing vanilla, but there was an online calculator that was very handy. So I'm going to go and probably before the next episode, I'll go through and I'll run the calculator for 90 science packs a minute so that we can see what we're going to need to build up inside the main base. All right, we're going to need some iron. I can really, at this point, I think I can start dismantling a lot of this. Let's load that up with coal. Yeah, it's not, they're not getting much coal anymore. Yeah, so in fact, I'm going to pick up the copper. I don't need that anymore. Oh, I'm full. Okay. And then we'll start relocating all of this up above. In fact, I think I'll pick this up as well. How are we doing on power? Still doing good. I'll come up here and shift C to get rid of that extra copper ore that I was carrying around. Okay. So let me come down here and I want to get more stone brick. I have plenty of belts. Okay, and I'm going to start to pick this up too. Get rid of some coal. you know what? I think it's my that Shift C that I do to automatically get rid of excess material. I think that's loading up these chests with copper. All right, let's get some iron in there. Let's get some iron there. And let's get a little bit of iron there. There we go. I would keep all that going. Okay, yeah, so I wanted a little bit of stone brick so I could extend the path. And actually another trick that I can do is I can copy a 4x4 section onto a blueprint. And that way I can put down stone path virtually. Like this. Using the blueprint while I'm waiting for actual stone brick to be made. Okay, that's done. Auto logistic slots. Yeah, again, I don't really need that right now. Let's start doing... I'll just start doing nanobot range. Okay, so at this point we'll have all of the copper and all of the iron belts, and then the steel and the stone brick will come over from the other side. So I think above this point I can start building stuff. So before we run out of time, let's get started with we could get started with red science and green science. And then do green circuits. Or I could do, yeah, I think I'm going to do that because the green circuit area is going to be pretty big. So I think what I'll do is I'll have science on this side. Of the bus, and then we can do production of, you know, miscellaneous components on the other side of the bus. Because what I want to try to keep the science packs somewhat consolidated so that I don't have to have really long belts of science packs going through the base. Now the other thing is, since I'm going to go for trains, I could set up science production externally. Let's see. Yeah, so I can get all the rail research I need with red and green science, with the exception of logistics train stops, because for that I need advanced circuits, and for advanced circuits I think I need blue... No, I don't need blue science for that. I need it to make blue science. But I can get it before that. Yeah, so with red and green science, we can get to the point where we can make trains. So let's just start setting up red and green science right now. All right, and I'm going to make... We'll do that before we end the episode. Let me grab some iron plates. Yeah, that's all I can hold. I'm going to Shift C to get rid of some of this coal. And actually we are out of time now. So I think we'll do this in the next episode. So next episode we'll set up our red and green science pack area and we'll get that going. And then once we have red and green science, that'll give us the tech that we need to start building a rail network. So we can do, we can do the remaining science packs on the rail network rather than here in the main base. Okay, well, that's going to do it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.